This recording is about to start. Once, yeah, it's started. You can write your roll numbers in the chat box. Still, I can find Abhilasha Kale and Prajakta Nagne. Your names are not as per the recommended formats. You have to write ECA dash your roll number space your name. Prajakta Nagne has mentioned ECA underscore 31 space Prajakta Nagne. And Abhilasha Kale has mentioned EC-A-07 space Abhilasha Kale. This should not be the standard format. Make it ECA-07 space Abhilasha Kale. And those who are leaving this meeting, randomly I will take the attendance at any point of time. So if I find somebody is absent, though he or she has mentioned a roll number in the chat box, absenteeism will be marked. Right, so let's start. Yesterday I have assigned some task for you, and the task was to identify the different applications in different domains, right? So before that, let us have a quick review of a complete chapter, because we are going to complete this chapter today. These are the contents of, let me check, I think I have not shared the screen. Okay, check whether this is visible. Can someone tell it is visible or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the contents that we have been discussing, in which introduction to IoT, we discussed the definition, then different components of IoT system, in which embedded system, sensor, communication system, and cloud are the contents. Then application of IoT in various domains. So a very small unit. Very small unit it is. So initially we discussed about this IoT is a network of devices which are able to communicate with each other over the internet. Then we talked about this. Some of the examples we discussed, this reference model we have discussed. This is a conceptual framework of IoT. Then we talked about a control unit, right? So microcontroller. So this is what the microcontroller consists of. IoT architecture is another important point which have been asked frequently in examination. So IoT architecture is another important thing here. Right, so different components. This thing we have almost talked about, discussed in last lecture only. So embedded system is a combination of hardware, software, and designed to have some specific task. Right. Then second component is sensors, that is divided into groups: analog sensor and digital sensor. So the sensor which produce analog output is treated as an analog sensor, and those sensor who produce digital output are treated as a digital sensors. So after that, we discussed this communication system. In that, serial and parallel are the mode of communication. Then we talked about wired and wireless. And as long as wireless communication is concerned, there are only serial mode of communication is adopted. When wireless communication is to be used, we cannot send the data parallelly. We have to send the data serially. This is every time it is true, right? So we cannot send data parallelly in case of wireless transmission. Now, in case of serial communication, we have some of the protocols which are listed below, that are UART, USART, I2C, SPI, and USB. And why USB is better, actually, right? So USB is, if I talk, this is a serial communication, first thing. Second thing is, we can have a synchronization in a USB communication. This is second advantage. Third advantage is to and fro data transfer is possible. That means you can treat this USB as a full duplex communication, right? So simultaneous data transfer from one to another, one place to another place, and reception from that. In short, data transfer from master to slave and slave to master is possible at a time. Simultaneous data transfer is possible. That's why USB is advantageous. And last advantage is, if you study the protocol, you will find there are some lines designated with VCC and ground. This VCC and ground, it simply indicates the power supply required by slave is provided by master device, right? That is why your CPU requires the power supply, but your mouse do not require the power supply, right? Imagine the scenario if USB does not exist. तुम्हाला तो माउस I2C किंवा SPI च्या माध्यमातून कनेक्ट करावा लागेल, right? So that simply means VCC and ground is provided with that mouse, and hence it does not require any auxiliary supply. Right, so that is why USB is important, and it is advantageous, and it is worldwide accepted. After that, we have studied this last component of IoT is cloud, right? So cloud, at the back end we have different layered architecture, but when we talk about this client or client side infrastructure, you will be able to access the cloud through the internet. You can only access the cloud through the internet. And I told you everything about the cloud. What is cloud? What is the history of cloud? Like, cloud is a logical pool of data storage, and cloud hosting service provider, they host the cloud servers and they provide the services to different users, right? And let's assume, suppose I'm subscribed for some amount of storage space on the cloud. So this cloud service provider will provide me the services related with that storage. They will ensure the server will keep on running all the time. They ensure the security of that storage, right? So everything I think we have discussed in last lecture. Next is applications of IoT in various domains. This task I have assigned to you. Right, so I have suggested some application domains here. One of that is wearable smartwatches. So can you suggest some of the wearable smartwatches? Can you suggest some smart wearable watches? If you know some smartwatches that are treated as an IoT device. Any input on this? Am I audible? Hello? Do you know any smartwatch as of now? Any smartwatch? So let me tell you for your reference, I think you have not done the homework which I have given to you. Those three different application areas I have given you, and I asked you to identify some of the applications. So in the first category, wearable smartwatch. Here I can mention like Samsung Galaxy Gear. If you know this, Samsung Galaxy Gear S. This is actually a model of this smartwatch, which makes use of internet and all other wireless communication technologies. Then uh, I think Apple is also having some watches, right? So Apple sports watches are there, which make use of internet that can be treated as IoT, right? Microsoft is having some wristbands. Now, apart from this, if you know any watch, any smartwatch, you can list and you can tell me. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Only one student is responding. I think remaining student, just to ensure what we will do, please unmute everyone. Those who will not unmute, I will unmute. Roll number 1, Renuka is still mute. Abhilasha Kale is still mute. Manali Rajman is still mute. Amruta Shirme is still mute. Sonali Wagad is mute.
तुम्ही 72 71 81 50 50 71
सगळ्या क्लासला मिळाला ना. मयुरी लोखंडे still mute. प्राजक्ता नागने, शांत अलदार, उपेंद्र, Renuka Udut, roll number 1, still she is mute, so I am removing. Samir Pathan, Swini Guge, still Samir Pathan. Samir Pathan. Okay. Amruta Shirme, Sonali Wagad, Mayuri Lokhande, Prajakta Nagne, Shikesh More, Digvijay, Shikesh More, okay. Mute yourself. Mute yourself now.
परत ठीक करे परत.
Right. So we were talking about this wearable smartwatches, and I have listed some of the names here. So I need some of the input from your side. So if you know any smartwatch, please let me know.
Sir, Realme.
Realme, okay.
Then Oppo and Honor.
Okay, that means some of the companies they provide the smartwatches. Okay, fine. Now let's move on to next category of application. Next domain is smart home. Right. So in smart home, can you just list out how many can you just list out the different applications that make use of internet? Let me write first one is mobile. Next.
Refrigerator.
Is it using this internet?
Smart TV.
Yes, correct. Smart TV.
Security system.
Yes. You can say CCTV, public security system.
AC.
Smart switches.
Smart switches. Okay, good. Smart switches.
AC.
Lighting control.
Yes, light control. If you have this control mechanism over the internet, light control.
AC.
AC, if the communication between remote and AC is done over the internet, or let's say some other communication technology like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, etc. So you can say AC that comes then.
Voice assistant.
Correct. Voice assistant. What you can mention here? Alexa. What is that name? Voice assistant.
Alexa.
Yes. Voice assistant. Then home healthcare. That is what I wanted to mention specifically. What does it mean, home healthcare? Right. So imagine the scenario at home, some patient or physically challenged people, some who needs the continuous health monitoring and who needs a continuous supervision from doctor. So what is possible in this case, home healthcare? So the doctor may have some devices or some mechanism in which some of the sensors are placed on human body, right? So those sensors can be this one temperature sensor, or it can be this latest, what is that, oxygen saturation, SpO2 sensor, right? So then we can have this pulse rate sensor, then you can have ECG sensor, right? So a mechanism which will involve different sensors that monitor different body conditions, and the input from those sensors will be taken on some control unit which is placed in the home. So all those data is sent to the control unit which is at home. Now this control unit is able to communicate with the Android device that the doctor is using, right? And suppose the continuous monitoring, continuous data details, what is that message? Okay, let it be. So the continuous monitoring is possible in this situation. Let me tell you how. What I said, the sensors are connected with the control unit, and control unit which is placed at home is able to communicate over the Android device which the doctor is using. So when some abnormal situation occurred, like let's say patient is getting serious, and suppose the this caretaker makes a call to the this doctor in the hospital, and he or she asks check the patient because there are some abnormal situations with the patient. So doctor immediately log in, immediately open his Android device and check the condition, check the patient different conditions like oxygen saturation, pulse rate, temperature, and ECG, etc. All that. And if something abnormal occurred, then doctor may suggest some medicine on the phone itself, right? So this is right now trending thing in foreign countries. They provide such devices at home, and the patient will be continuously monitored. In case of emergencies, doctor suggests the medicines from remote locations, right? So this is important application in IoT, home healthcare, right? Anything else? You can have some systems like fire detection as well. So at some places, if you want to monitor the fire, you can have the sensors. If sensors detect data, it will send it to the control unit connected with, and this control unit will send you the data, send you the information regarding this on your Android device over the internet, right? Then anything else?
Smart induction.
Smart induction, correct. Smart induction, you can have control for this smart induction over the internet. You can have a remote for that. Then nowadays, for electricity, you might have seen this at your home: automated meter reading. याच्यामध्ये they send you one message. Your MSCB send you one message. Okay, this month our person will not visit your home to take the meter reading, right? And what you need to do is you have to take the snapshot of your meter reading and you have to upload it on a given link. So what happens actually here? When you upload your photograph, upload your meter reading on that link, what happens? They get the photograph, they analyze, they have some signal processing, they process the image, they extract the number, they extract the number from the image, and they subtract the previous reading from this current reading, and whatever subtraction or the result is there is multiplied by rate, the rate decided for that particular unit, and they automatically generate the bill, right? So this is how automated meter reading is working nowadays. Apart from this, anything else if you want to suggest? So I'm just telling you the different areas on which you can work. I'm telling you the different areas in which you can do the projects as well. Right? So light control is also possible. Light control means appliance control. Right. So next is smart cities. Now in public areas, tell me different IoT applications that you know.
Smart parking.
Yeah, smart parking.
Smart waste management.
Correct. Smart waste management. Next.
Traffic management.
Correct. Traffic management.
Waste management.
Okay. Waste management is already considered.
Street light. Smart street light.
Yes. Street lights.
ATM.
Correct. ATM.
Reliable public transportation.
Can you repeat?
Reliable public transportation.
Okay. Public transport. Public transport. Okay.
Vending machines.
Okay, this is a kind of industrial application, but we have not made a separate domain, so we can write vending machine here as well. Right. By now, let us skip that vending machine for now. Anything else? Water supply. Management. This can be another application area. Banking. E-commerce. Then
Healthcare.
healthcare you can consider in this smart cities as well. So health care. Okay. Right. So these are different application. You can list many more in the smart cities, and one more field I will add here, so that you can try and you can find different application domains, application areas in that domain. So industry. So in industry, what are different applications that the IoT can have? This is another point I will just mention here, and I will leave it to you. Yeah. So I need answer for this. For industry, what are different IoT applications, right? So with that, let us proceed further. Next, actually, the thing is complete now. First unit is complete. But a very, very important concept that I'm going to discuss right now, that is content beyond syllabus. But this IoT should have some additional knowledge. That's why I have considered, I have taken a very interesting topic for today. But before that, let me know how many of you are doing project on IoT. How many of you are doing project on IoT? Is there anyone doing project on IoT?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got one reply. Pratiksha ji doing project on IoT. Okay, so first WH question is: are you using Raspberry Pi in your project?
No, sir. More MCU use.
Node MCU you are using. Okay, good, very nice. This is what I wanted to tell everyone through your project. She is doing project on IoT, but she is not using Raspberry Pi. This is first thing. Is there anyone else who is doing project on IoT? So Pratiksha, you just write in the chat box like I am doing project on IoT, but I'm not using Raspberry Pi. What you have to write? I am doing project on IoT, but I am not using Raspberry Pi. This is what you have to write in the chat box. Okay. Is there anyone who is doing project on IoT? Anyone else? Okay, so only one student. Means only one group. Maybe she is having some members with her. So only one group is doing project on IoT. This is first. Second question: is there any group who is using Raspberry Pi in their project? Is there any project group who is making use of Raspberry Pi in their project? Correct. Is there anyone who is using Raspberry Pi in the project? Okay, no, nobody is using Raspberry Pi, I think, but this is very unfortunate actually. If you are doing the project using Raspberry Pi, if you do the project, final year project on by using Raspberry Pi, or let's say writing some codes in Python and having some application for IoT, or let's say non-IoT application, that will be a kind of star mark for your profile, right? So this is very trending field actually. IoT and Raspberry Pi. If you do projects in that, you will be hired if you say this is my final year project during your interviews. It will be your value addition that you can say. So let it be. Let me since the case study example the class. So let me take my example. Suppose I am doing a project by using Raspberry Pi, and I am not making use of internet. What I will have to write in the chat box, like Pratiksha Vagas has mentioned something, right? Similarly, what I have to mention here, I am using RPi in the project, but it's non-IoT application. I hope this is clear. म्हणजेच काय थोडक्यात मला सांगायचं काय इथे लक्षात घ्या. जरी तुम्ही रास्पबेरी पाय वापरत नसाल तरी पण तुम्ही IoT ऍप्लिकेशन बनवू शकता. Second highlighting point here is, even though you are using Raspberry Pi, you cannot call it as IoT. If you are not using internet, you cannot call it as a IoT. So these are the two things. I think I have discussed those two things at the start itself. Now I hope this is clear to you. And the point which I wanted to bring here into the discussion is content beyond syllabus, and this is what I wanted to discuss. Popular IoT development board, and in that very first, somebody this Pratiksha ji is using, what is that name? Node MCU, right? So can you tell me the specific name of that Node MCU? Node MCU. Can you tell me the specific name?
ESP8266.
Yes, correct. It is ESP. You can say it is Wi-Fi module.
Yes, sir.
ESP 8266. Yes, correct. Right. So what exactly it is? So we will take this point at last, but before that, what I will mention here is Arduino Yan. Right. So I will simply copy this and I will show you what it is. Right. So you can find this small computer board, a small programming board. You can see here Arduino Yan here, and you can observe there is a Ethernet connector. Vishal. Vishal Patil, unmute. Vishal Patil, mute yourself. So this is Arduino Yan. You can observe the Ethernet pin and the USB, then the power supply, then the chips are there. So what exactly it is? You will be able to, since Ethernet connector is there, you can easily say that the device is making use of internet, right? And hence you can call it as a platform that can be used in IoT, right? That is why I have written here Arduino Yan. Next is Microduino. Microduino. Again, copy and show you what exactly it is. Right. So this is Microduino. You can observe this small chip, and you can have this GPIO pins through which you can have some input and output interfaced. This is another thing. Then we have Intel Galileo. Here I can write Intel Galileo. So if I copy and paste this in the Google, you will be able to see this Intel Galileo now. Right, so very functional or very versatile device. You can observe it here. This is Intel Galileo, which is having this Ethernet port. Then it's having some USBs. Then you are having power supply. You can have facility to install the SD card, and all other GPIO port pins are provided. Right. So along with that, it's having a communication facility. So it's having some antennas inbuilt. So this is another thing, Intel Galileo. Very specific specifications I'll tell you later on. But just now, let's have a look on those different devices. Next one is Intel Edison.
Sir, you are not audible.
I'm not audible? Hello? Hello? I'm not audible?
Audible, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay, okay. Right. So we will see detailed specifications of those devices later on. But before that, let us list out first. Then, as I have written here, Intel Edison. This is another platform that can be used in IoT. So if I paste it here in the Google, I can show you the image of Intel Edison. So what you can see on this Intel Edison. Right, so Ethernet cable, USB, and USB, mini USB, then GPIO, then this processor chip. All facilities provided here with the Intel Edison. Right. Then next one is, let's say, BeagleBone board. BeagleBone board. Right. So if I copy this, this is very nice, and I would rather say this is better than Raspberry Pi, in fact. Right. So if you, but the cost is high. Of course, the cost of this one is very high. It comes in 10,000, around 10,000. Right. So if you check out the facility that we have here, you are having this one, Ethernet, USB, power supply, right, and GPIO, right. So before this one, before Raspberry Pi, this was the one of popular device used in IoT, right. So we have mentioned some of the these things. And last but not the least, I should mention here Raspberry Pi. Right. So different variants are present in the market. I'll tell you what are different variants, and one of them I would like to highlight here is Raspberry Pi Zero, model 0. RPi 0. Model W. This I'll come to this one at last, but let us try to understand now one by one. So somebody is using a Node MCU Wi-Fi ESP8266. So what are the different capabilities? What are different capabilities of Node MCU Wi-Fi ESP8266? What are different features? So someone is using, she may be able to tell. आपण नोड MCU वायफाय शील्ड जे आहे त्याचा यूज करून काय करू शकतो. we can have the general purpose input output pins. We can program that by using Arduino software itself, Arduino IDE itself, and we can interface sensors with that ESP node MCU, ESP8266. We can program this just like we program Arduino. Very similar to that, we can program this node MCU, Wi-Fi ESP8266, and we can put that data on the internet if we set a proper password and SSID name to that particular ESP8266. Right? So these are the only capabilities available with ESP8266. But if I talk about Arduino N, I can tell you the price of Arduino N. It can go around 5,600. This Arduino N will provide you 20 GPIO pins. 20 GPIO pins are available with Arduino N. 16 MB RAM can be added into this Arduino N. It uses Atmega 32U4 IC. Arduino N makes use of Atmega 32U4 IC. It is enabled with Wi-Fi, Ethernet, USB, micro SD card slot, and it also provide 3 reset buttons. So these are the functionalities. These are the features of Arduino N. Then we have Microduino. If I talk about Microduino, it makes use of Atmega 644PA IC. It provides 24 input-output pins, and the cost of Microduino is 750 only. It is small and compatible with Arduino IDE. Right? So Microduino, in place of Arduino, you can start using Microduino. Then we have Intel Galileo. What are different features of Intel Galileo? First thing, it is 256 MB RAM. It's having 256 MB RAM. Then let me tell you the cost. Cost is 6,700. Around 6,700 you can get the Intel Galileo. It's a 32-bit Intel processor based on Intel x86 architecture. And it's open source. In fact, open source means what? Free to use. Then hardware, it's having one USB port, then 20 digital input output pins and 12 GPIOs. Its 12-bit PWM output can be produced, and 6 analog input channels are provided with that Intel Galileo. And in addition to that, we have the Ethernet facility for internet connectivity. Right? So these are the features of Intel Galileo. Next we have is Intel Edison. Right? So the cost of this Intel Edison is little bit more. It is 22,700, around 22,000. And what we call it as a dual core processor. It is a dual core processor. It generates a trigger, then 2 USBs are provided with that. 2 USB sockets are provided with that board. Then you have 2 micro USBs, and DDR RAM is also provided with that Intel Edison. And the next one is BeagleBone. BeagleBone comes with price like 3,800 or near about 4,000. And different features of BeagleBone board are like it's having one USB socket, then 46 GPIO pins are provided with this BeagleBone, and it makes use of ARM Cortex A8 processor with 4 GB RAM, 4 GB memory on board. Right, so it is having HDMI interface as well. So if you are having HDMI interface, you can add different displays with that board. Right, and most important part about BeagleBone board is it can run Android and Linux operating systems on the board. Right. Next one is Raspberry Pi. I think you know about this Raspberry Pi very well. Still, I can tell you its cost is around 3,000. It's having Ethernet, one Ethernet port. Then Broadcom IC that is used with Raspberry Pi is BCM. If you don't know, you can note it down. The IC that is being used with Raspberry Pi is BCM 2837. Broadcom, that is nothing but BCM 2837, right? And additionally, it comes with 4 USB sockets. Then the crystal, if I talk, it's a quad core 1.2 gigahertz quad crystal is being used, so that is why the Raspberry Pi perform a faster operations. Then audio, if you see the audio, 3.5 mm jack is provided with Raspberry Pi. So audio input and output is provided with Raspberry Pi. Then micro SD card slot is provided, so you can have some variable memory interfaced with Raspberry Pi. It's a low power device actually, and it runs Linux and Windows 10. Almost 5 and more different operating systems, Linux based operating systems are running, that can run on Raspberry Pi. In addition to that, Windows 10 can be installed on Raspberry Pi. And last, I have mentioned here Raspberry Pi Zero W. I'll tell you what exactly it is. It's a cost-effective solution for Raspberry Pi, and it hardly cost around 1,700. So if I Google this, I can show you the image of that. So can you see this? Yeah, here it is, Raspberry Pi Zero. So of course, I told you more cost actually. It comes in 765. Right. So can you observe this diagram? What you can see on this? Right, it's having a micro SD card slot, then you have HDMI, mini HDMI socket, then you have 2 power USBs, 2 mini USBs, then you have input, what is that, video output, right? So video output is provided, then you have 40 number of general purpose input output pins, and the cost is 649 rupees only. Right, so what does it mean? What does it mean? Can someone tell? If you are using Raspberry Pi in the project, you can replace that by a cost-effective solution of Raspberry Pi Zero, which comes around 650 rupees. त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही memory card install करू शकता, which is having operating system pre-installed, and you can make use of that as well, instead of going for Raspberry Pi, which comes around 3,000. Instead of that, you can use this cost-effective solution, right? So what are the things that comes with Raspberry Pi Zero? You are having a Wi-Fi LAN, you are having Bluetooth installed, you are having this SD card slot, you have mini HDMI as I said, then 2 micro USB, one is for power, second is for USB. Means what? If one of them micro USB is used as a power supply, second one can be used for interfacing mouse and keyboard, right? It's having 512 RAM, 512 MB RAM, and it's a single core 1 gigahertz processor, right? So no Ethernet. No Ethernet means what? You cannot connect wired internet. But first specification I told you, it's having wireless LAN. That means you can interface, you can add this device to the wireless network. Wi-Fi is there, so you can have internet connectivity on this device, but through wireless media, not with the wired media. I hope it is clear. Is it clear? Instead of Raspberry Pi, you can use what you can use? Raspberry Pi Zero. If all the features that comes with Raspberry Pi satisfies your need, then you can go for Raspberry Pi Zero. Now, let us come to the point where what are different operating systems that can run on Raspberry Pi? This could be an interview question, right? What are different operating systems that can run on Raspberry Pi? What are different operating systems that can run on Raspberry Pi? एवढा विचार करायची गरज नाही. Some of you can immediately open the another tab and you can Google what are different operating systems that can run on Raspberry Pi, and you can answer immediately. No, why you are bothered? University exam ला सुद्धा तसंच करताय. So if I ask some question, immediately you can open in another tab and you can search for the answer. Can anyone tell which operating system run on Raspberry Pi? I hope, am I audible? Can someone respond? If the voice is not clear, immediately you should respond, sir, you are not audible. If it is audible, please answer. My question is, which operating system that can run on Raspberry Pi?
Windows 10.
Okay, very nice. Any other? Okay, I can tell you 10 different operating systems that can run on Raspberry Pi. Number 1, Raspbian. First operating system and very popular operating system that operates on Raspberry Pi is Raspbian. Raspbian actually it is a lightweight operating system with pre-installed software. त्याच्यामध्ये काही सॉफ्टवेअर्स pre-installed असतात, जसे की तुम्ही Python IDE वगैरे त्याच्या Chromium browser वगैरे त्याच्यामध्ये पाहिलं असेल. So Raspbian comes with some pre-installed software, so that's why it is popular. Otherwise, other operating systems that can run on Raspberry Pi are OSMC, that is Open Source Media Center. Third operating system is OpenELEC, that is Open Embedded Linux Entertainment System. Fourth one is RISC OS. Fourth one is RISC operating system. Then fifth one is Windows IoT Core. That your Windows 10 comes in this Windows IoT Core. Yes, sixth one is Lakka. Somebody has rightly mentioned in the chat box, Lakka. It's a gaming console, right? Then we have Rasp BSD. It's another gaming console. Example you can say here, PlayStation. PlayStation makes use of operating system Rasp BSD. Then we have RetroPie. Somebody rightly mentioned there for emulation station. RetroPie is used for emulation station. Then next we have is Ubuntu Core, and 10th one is Linutop. It is public internet stalls. At public internet stalls, this Linutop is used. So these are the 8 different operating systems used in that can run on Raspberry Pi. In the notes, you can find all those details. So I request all of you to go through the notes. You will find all those details in the notes. And with that, I can declare that first unit is complete. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, you are allowed to leave the meeting now.